The Undertaker, Stone Cold Steve Austin, buried alive. Ooh, smell the Buyrate. Gentlemen, welcome to this. We're going to take a look at the WWF in 1988. One last time with In Your House 26. It's rock bottom. Oh yes, I'm sorry about the camera. Because I'm an actual idiot, I forgot to charge my camera before I started recording this vid. So you might be a bit closer to me than I'm right on the edge. Because of the way my camera is, the fucking charger, that's irrelevant. It's December, it doesn't matter, does it? December the 13th, 1998. We are live at the General Motors Place in Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada, which of course was the home of In Your House 9 International Incident. There are 20,000 Canadians on hand who got to witness four matches on Sunday Night Heat before the pay-per-view. In those matches, I'm sure you gutted you missed these ones. Gilbert defeating Matt Hardy. Some guy called Kevin Quinn defeating Brian Christopher. I don't know who that is. Triple H defeating Droz, because fuck putting Triple H on the main pay-per-view. And finally, the New Age Outlaws defeating the Acolytes. Now, an interesting one from this one. The buy rate for tonight's pay-per-view, a 0.78. If you're wondering, that doesn't sound too bad. Consider the Survivor Series, less than a month ago, did a buy rate of 1.3. Does that suggest to you that Undertaker versus Stone Cold Steve Austin in a buried alive match actually isn't the draw that the WWF felt it would be? The Survivor Series drew 477,000 buys, while this show only 287. So the draw of a new champion. For fuck's sake, every bit. The draw of a new champion was more than a buried alive match. Now think about this one, because the reason I'm telling you this is, think about this. From now, bear in mind that they fought at SummerSlam, and they fought here, and they fought a Breakdown, and they fought Unforgiven. Undertaker versus Steve Austin is going to happen quite a few times over the next couple of years. Already here, the fans are saying, well, not interested. We paid for that at SummerSlam. We don't want to see it anyways. No. My copy of this show begins with some exclusive footage of some workmen bringing the dirt for the buried alive match. And then WWF champion The Rock welcomes us to the pay-per-view. And from now on, all WWF pay-per-views will be named after him. So we're going to get Rock Solid, which I think is quite a good name for a pay-per-view actually, Rock and Roll, and Laying the Smackdown. None of these things happened, and the very next pay-per-view, of course, is the Royal Rumble. Weird. So our opening content. No, it's not. Fuck off. On commentary tonight, we've got Jerry the King Lawler and Michael Cole. Oh, shit. Why is Michael Cole there? Well, Cole takes over from Jim Ross, because one of the things I completely forgot to mention on my Capital Carnage review is that when Jim Ross got to England for the pay-per-view, he got a phone call from his wife when he got to the airport telling him that his mother had passed away. And in the middle of the pay-per-view, and trust me, you don't know when it happens, because Jim Ross is so good at his job, you just don't notice. He has an attack of his Bell's palsy, his second attack, essentially paralysing his face. Jim Ross wouldn't commentate again after Capital Carnage until WrestleMania. We've got Michael Cole to look forward to for a long time. His commentary tonight will be atrocious. He doesn't know the names of the moves. Is the big issue that I seem to have. Doesn't seem to know what they're called. His intensity doesn't work, and he talks some straight bollocks. For example, he sets the bar right off the bat when we see a look of the tombstone that's next to the grave, and he tells us that the grave weighs in excess of £3,000. Now, I think to your casual fan, you must go, oh, £3,000, that's quite a lot, isn't it? But Marc just goes, well, have to work that one out, aren't we? So, if you're wondering, I'm sure you're not, but just in case, the one person out there who may be wondering, £3,000 is 214 English stone. I weigh 40, just shy of 15 stone at the moment, because I put some weight back on, hooray, because it's Christmas and because I can. Yeah, 214 stone. Or, and this is the important one, in my opinion, 1,363 kilograms, which is more than a ton. Shut up, Cole. Shut up. Mark Henry and D'Lo Brown defeating Supply and Demand, which of course is Val Venus, and The Godfather in an OK opener. Supply and Demand. Godfather gets a big pop when his music hits, but naturally it dies when he makes his way to the ring. We hear from both men before the bell. Obviously, Godfather gives his hoes the night off and gives them Val Venus as a present. Henry is now full-on sexual chocolate mode, and he has Terry and Jacqueline with him. Terry is essentially emotionally blackmailing D'Lo Brown. You know, she lost her baby. Be with me because I lost my baby. The Attitude Era. I've got it written in capital letters on my notes. Bring back the Attitude Era and have false pregnancy angles. Fuck off. On paper, it's hard to figure this one out, because Val playing face in peril, trying to get the hot tag to Godfather, does not sound good, but surely the Godfather is the bigger of the man and too big to play your face in peril. Well, that's what we get as Henry hits a power slam and follows it with a less impressive looking scoop slam. He misses an elbow, and we get a mild tag to Val, who gets owned by the heel, splashed in the corner by Henry, and a sky high from Brown. Lowdown misses, so Val can tag Godfather to silence, which is exactly what you're expecting. You know, you're thinking, right, you've got to get the hot tag to Godfather. That's not going to work. This is one of those times where the tag team just doesn't work at all. Supply and Demand sounds great on paper, doesn't it? But you've got Val either getting the hot tag to Godfather, which can be silent, or you've got Godfather playing the face in peril, and he's too big. It just doesn't work. Anyway, only heat for this match is to tell D'Lo that he sucks. The girls argue outside, which is the Hose and Jacqueline and Terry. So that Godfather can hit. Val and Godfather can hit a double suplex on Henry, which actually looks alright. Godfather goes to sort out the girls, so Jacqueline slap Val, leaving him wide open to the clothesline and a splash for the win. Generic tag match. No crowd noise, and it was way too short. This one only lasted 6 minutes dead. We'll go 1 star because we're nice, but this wasn't a good opener by any stretch of the imagination. It was alright at best. Earlier on Heat, Mankind attacked The Rock, and then Mankind went to the ring, told us that if Rock can't compete tonight, it's got in his contract, it says in the small print that if Rock can't compete, Mankind wins the championship by forfeit. So Rock is seriously injured, we are told. The Headbangers defeating the Oddities in a piss-poor match. And I've got written on my notes here, oh, this won't be good, will it? So Kurgan gets a nice slam that pops the crowd. He follows up with a sidewalk slam. This one doesn't pop the crowd. Match plays to silence until Golga gets a splash in the corner. That gets a pop as someone holds up a Gabe is a homo sign. Short and to the point. The Attitude Era. That'd be taken away from there, wouldn't it? Kurgan misses a splash off the top and is your oddity in peril. Think of the size of the guy. He's your oddity in peril. He gets double suplex and owned until Golga can get the ice cold tag, and it is. He gets a nice drop kick with his crossbody from Mosh to get the win. Better than I was expected. Nothing special, not as good as the opener. Gave the opener a 1 star, so we'll give this one half. Because it's Christmas and we're in a good mood. Hey! Steve Blackman defeating Owen Hart in a good match. Hart obviously gets a big pop. He's meant to be a heel here, but we're in Canada, so fuck that. The match is a result of the very confusing Blue Blazer storyline. After Owen Hart broke Dan Steven's neck with a pile driver, Owen Hart retired. Then the Blue Blazer debuted, doing a lot of Owen's moves. And then Blazer had been attacking people, and everyone said it was Owen because he's doing lots of Owen's moves. Steve Blackman tried to unmask the Blazer. And this was carried on until the Blazer attacked Owen's opponent in the ring. So it's like, well, it can't be Owen because look, it's Owen. Owen's there, sorry. And then the Blazer attacked Owen as well, revealing Steve Blackman. A lot more. I've probably made that sound more confusing than it actually is, but that is just going off the build-up package. That's not going off the rules that have happened. This is just like, right, if you watch the build-up package, this is what happens. Blue Blazer's been attacking people. People think it's Owen. Blue Blazer attacks Owen Hart, reveals to be Steve Blackman, obviously. But the thing is, the Blue Blazer is Owen Hart. It's so confusing. Anyway, Owen starts off with a flurry of punches that the crowd naturally loves. He follows up with a suplex and a leg drop. After some chops, he gets back body dropped and clotheslined to the outside by Steve. He goes to bail, but Blackman chases and clotheslines him, then drags Owen back to the ring, and a massive Owen chant starts up. Snap suplex Blackman, followed by Black Break and a fucking bow and arrow lock. Ooh wee, it's pretty. Enziguri by Hart, followed by a snap suplex of his own. He tries something off Brett's throat, but leads a kick. Blackman on the offense again with an elbow for 2 and a baseball slide as Owen tries to bail again. Owen with an atomic drop and a spin kick for 2. A snap suplex again and an elbow off the top gets a good near fall. The crowd here are off so behind Owen that it's fucking great. It's one of those dudes you can't be angry at. They're all Canadian. He's meant to be a heel, but he's not. We're not going to boo him. We just refuse. He is a heel, so he puts on a chin lock, though. There is that. And the fans chant US sucks in response. Fucking golden. Blackman starts a comeback, but Owen, calm as you like, hits a knee lift, followed by a crossbody that Blackman rolls through for 2. Step up Enziguri gets 2 for Owen, who takes a turnbuckle pad off, gets whipped chest first into it, but then eats a drop kick from behind. Stoop slam and chops by Blackman, followed by a sleeper. Owen gets a massive pop when he counters it into a dragon sleeper. Blackman gets out of it by kneeing Owen in the face. It's great, he's in the dragon sleeper, and there's only one way to get out of this, and Blackman sort of knows that, and he's kneeing Owen in the face again and again. Fantastic. DDT for Owen. He wants a leg drop, but Blackman counters into the sharpshooter. Ring the fucking bell, eh? Owen gets the ropes and bails, getting a lame-ass count-out victory for Blackman. That, friends, is bollocks. I was legitimately enjoying this match. This is heading towards 3.5 stars category, but that finish is wank. The crowd made me smile because they blatantly, point blankly, I ain't booing for Owen. And this finish maybe is the one last thing we can try and get to get them to boo him. Still won't, just no. The action in the ring was very, very, very good. It was very back and forth. Both men got about as much offense as each other, and both men looked good. Legitimately, and then they have that finish, and it's just shit. So I'm going to give it 3 stars. It's the best match of the night. In the back, Vince goes to talk to Mankind in his office, which of course is in the boiler room. The Brood, defeating the Job Squad in a match, are 3rd of 4 tag matches on this card. The Brood, of course, is Gangrel, Christian, and Edge. Job Squad comes out to Snow's music, which gets the obligatory initial pop. They are Al Snow, Hardcore Holly, and the former Flash Funk. It's Scorpio, baby. The Job Squad could have only have happened at this time. Like, imagine the Job Squad now. They wouldn't be called that for a start. It's the whole, pay us, pay us. Yeah, that sort of thing. It's just no. It's Russo. Christian had lost the light heavyweight championship to Gilbert a few weeks ago, so we'll be seeing that championship belt for a long time. Holly starts us off with a nice Falcon Arrow, believe it or not. Edge gets in with a nice wheelbarrow facebuster. Holly responds with a nice on-the-hook powerbomb. Scorpion hits a really nice somersault leg drop. Snow with headbutts and a suplex but runs into a dropkick. Christian tags in Gangrel, and this is where this match falls apart because no one cares about Gangrel. So when he's tagged in, it's utter silence. He hits a nice Northern Light suplex, but his whole offense, as we seem to have established this last couple of months, is punching, and that's all he's got. He takes a nice wheelbarrow German suplex for 2 to silence. Gangrel gets an arm breaker DDT. It's a move, it isn't a punch. Fucking yes. Edge in, he's evil, so it's Chinlock City. Al escapes and hits a sit-out powerbomb and an ice-cold tag to 2 Cold Scorpio. I'm sure that wasn't intentional. He gets a spinning kick, and it turns into a Pier 6 brawl. Scorpio attempts a splash to the outside, it misses. Gangrel attempts one in the ring. That one also misses. Snow uses head on Christian, then Scorpion gets another perfect moonsault leg drop for 2 as Edge breaks the cover. Edge follows by hitting a poetry motion to the outside, and an unpretty by Christian on Scorpio gets the win. Some very nice moves in there, but there was no float, there was no heat, and no one gives a fuck about Gangrel or Scorpio by the sounds of it. We'll call it 1.5 stars if you're feeling particularly nice. Really not good though. Oh. In the back, Vince is now in Mankind's office talking to Mankind, which is good. Next, a match that surprised me actually is Goldust defeating Jeff Jarrett in a not really good, but a good striptease match. A what? Well, last week on Raw, Goldust flashed at Deborah. The distraction was enough to vex Jeff Jarrett, who was rolled up for the win by D'Lo Brown. Later on in the night, she flashed back at him. But in one of those, nice little twist there, Goldust's opponent, which was Owen Hart on the night, was also distracted, so Goldust still won the match. I think that's good. I like that. So yeah, if Jeff Jarrett loses here tonight, Deborah has to perform a striptease for us. But if Goldust loses, then he has to. And the reason for this, of course, is because the Attitude Era, damn it. I mean, what other reason do you need? So Goldust is riddick over with the fans here for obvious reasons. Its majority of this audience is teenage boys who want to see Deborah get naked. So Jeff Jarrett controls working the arm nicely. Crowd pop hard when Goldust gets a nice crossbody for 2 because they really want to see Deborah get naked, like I say. He gets suplex, shaking the arm out as he lands. Fucking gold. We like that. It's a nice touch I wasn't expecting because the stip is the story. They don't actually need to do any technical wrestling here or anything like that. The stipulation is the story, but so to have a bit of extra storytelling and psychology on top of it is just brilliant. Why not? Jeff Jarrett gets a very nice dropkick and locks on a sleeper because he's evil. Deborah gets a guitar, so the ref is distracted while Goldust connects with the curtain call. Crowd are going, Jesus Christ. Oh, that's me peri soul. Oh, that's upsetting, man. How much of that's gone? I put this, Nando's peri salt, on a lot of things. Oh, but that's destroyed, look. That's completely thrown. Shit! Now I lost my place as well. Oh yeah, because Goldust connects with the curtain call and the crowd go nuts because it obviously would have been the 3, and of course that meant that we would have got to see Goldust strip off. No, we get to see Deborah strip off. And of course the thing about this match is now that Goldust has hit that, you're thinking to yourself, well, Jeff Jarrett's clearly winning, isn't he? Oh dear me. Anyway, Goldie follows with a bulldog. He wants to shatter dreams, but Deborah distracts. Goldust wants none of it and connects with the dreams to the biggest pop of the show so far. Deborah uses the guitar while Jeff Jarrett is selling on the outside and being attended to by the ref. And then the stroke gets the win for Jeff Jarrett. Crowd are not impressed in the slightest. But wait! Here's the commissioner! It's Shawn Michaels, who had turned heel by joining the corporation a couple of weeks ago on Raw, but he tells Deborah that the rulebook says that if you're not allowed to bring weapons in, and it's a disqualification. The crowd twig that means that Jeff Jarrett's disqualified and Goldust wins, which means we get to see these strip tees. We're going to see some boobs. She strips. Shawn Michaels makes me laugh by putting dollar bills into her cleavage, which is funny. Maybe not dollar bills, some sort of bills. But here's the Blue Blazer to save us all from the perils of the nudity. The match was decent enough. It was actually better than I was expecting to be. The crowd heat for this match was unreal. You wouldn't believe how much they cared about this match, how much the power of titties means that us blokes will just, whoa, I want to see the tits, damn it! It was 1998 after all, and the internet wasn't as good as it is now. And things like RedTube didn't. Not that I look at porn. I'm still wounded about that. That's really wounded me. Half a bottle of peri salt. Fuck's sake. Anyway, next up, the New Age Outlaws defeat. It's like a 2.5-star match, something like that last one. New Age Outlaws defeating Ken Shamrock and the Big Bossman in a match to retain the Tag Team Championships. So New Age Outlaws on double duty tonight, because of course they beat the Acolytes earlier on. I could care less about this match. DX are barred from ringside in this one after fooling Commissioner Michaels. Michaels believed that DX wanted to join them, and then DX gave they turned on Michaels. So no. So Michaels is out with the heels. And it's one of those, now I'm confused. Because imagine if you're watching this show, this is the first time you're watching this, and you haven't watched Raw or anything. Shawn Michaels in the last bit was a clear babyface, giving us fans what we want. Now he's out with the heels. Why? After briefly having control, Dog is your outlaw in peril. And then Gunn is in without being tagged, so he is your outlaw in peril. Nothing of note happens until Gunn gets the Famouser to silence. Tagged to Dog, who walks into a belly-to-belly. Let me tell you about this match. I keep zoning out, is the truth. It's so damn boring, right, that anything distracts me. And then So, I've got 4 rabbits, as you know, and 2 of them are out of their pen at any one time. They're very off-putting when you're trying to watch a boring as fuck match. So what happens is you see something happen and you look at rabbits, and then you look up, oh shit, I've missed something. So you rewind it back, and so you rewind it back say 30 seconds, and nothing's happened, right? A good example of this, right, is this. I get distracted. I look up The crowd are clapping, so I think I must have missed something really big here. Quick rewind reveals that all that's happened is that Billy Gunn's on the outside and is doing this. Yay! You know? Minute-long front headlocks. 2 of them. Hooray! We finally get the tag, but the ref doesn't see it. Some more beats for Dogs. Hot tag to Gunn, and it is. Cleans house. Entertain, countering Shamrock Rana is a nice poem. We get a weird reaction from the crowd as they it's weird. They all pop, right, for the moves, and then, oh, it's weird. This is one of those things that I can't describe properly. You're going to have to go and trust me on this one and go back and watch it if you really, really want to, if you care that much. Is that, imagine Gunn does the poem, right? Big pop from the crowd, and then, oh my God, the silence that comes. It's, yeah! As one. Very, very strange. We've got a thing here. Commish the ref out to stop the cover. Shawn Michaels takes out the ref to stop the cover off that poem. Gunn tries a suplex, but Commish holds the legs, so Shamrock is on top, but Gunn rolls through to get the win at an eye-watering 16 minutes and 10 seconds. Easily 10 minutes too long. It told the generic tag match story. Hot tag to Dog gets beats, hot tag to Gunn. But holy fuck, it was boring. It just felt like it would never ever end. It was obvious that the WWF really wants to push Billy Gunn as the one. But the fans don't believe in him, and he just isn't good enough. Get this one here, you'll like this as well. The title changes hands the next night on Raw. Why not? If you're feeling extra generous, we'll go with 1 star, but I'm not, so half a star it is. Hey. We get a video package for Rock becoming champion. We got a similar video package at Capital Carnage, which was, what, a week ago? Was it only a week ago? Then, in the back, Vince tells Rock that Mankind wants to sort things out in the ring. Mankind, Rock, Vince, and Shane all come to the ring because it's promo time, baby! Mick tells us that he never quit Survivor. This is the very shortened version of a 10-minute segment, all right? Mick tells us that he never quit Survivor Series, wants some answers from Vince, on his knees no less. Vince says that he heard somebody say I quit, and that The Rock heard Mankind say I quit at Survivor Series, and that's good enough for him. Mick rips up the contract, and away we go. So the Mankind defeating The Rock in a decent match. So the Mick is vexed, so he controls from the start. They go outside and brawl until Vince gets on the mic and demands that the referee disqualify Mankind if he does anything wrong, like it would be in a normal match, maybe. I don't know why they do it. This allows Rock to take control with punching. More brawling at ringside leads to a suplex by Rock. Mankind wants the cactus elbow, but Rock basically hip tosses him off the second rope. That's a nasty, nasty bump. Then gives us a bit of commentary, which is really, really entertaining. And then gives us an old favourite that we haven't had for a while. Sing it loud, sing it proud, because The Rock does, big deep breath here, the caffeinated water of doom! And Jesus Christ, that makes Mick mad. He's real vexed and loads of punches. Wants to use a chair, but is stopped by The Rock, who gets DDT'd on his own chair. Corporate elbow in the ring, gets 2 for a good near fall. Mick comes back with a neck breaker, clothesline for 2, and a leg drop for 2. He goes low with a leg drop to the balls, and this is the bit where this match, to this point, had been a generic Attitude Era main event. From this point on, I think it gets really good. Mick, like I say, opens legs up, does a leg drop onto the bollocks. Vince, that's a disqualification. So the referee goes to ring the bell, right? And as he gets his hand up, Mick spins him round, kicks him in the groin, and hits a pulling pile driver on him. And it's just wonderful. Big props to Mike Hero for taking this, because it looks brilliant, honestly. Just spins around, fuck that, kicks him, and literally grabs him by the pants, you know what a pulling pile driver is, pulls him up in the air, straight on his fucking noggin. Great. This was great. Oh man. He has the title belt and wants Vince, but Rock uses a chair from behind. Rock bottom, but of course there's no ref. Shane gets the belt. Rock holds Mankind, but Mankind obviously ducks. So Shane whacks Rock with the title belt. Out comes Timmy White. We get an amazing near fall. Straight up amazingly close near fall. As Rock kicks out. Fight over DDT gets 2 for Rock. Double arm DDT gets 2 for Mick. He calls for Socko. Gets it. Rock fades. Rock passes out. Mick gets the win and the championship at 13 minutes and 34 seconds. I really thought this match was going to be your generic Attitude Era ball. Everything after that pile driver was good. They told a good story here. But wait! Vince uses Mick's own logic against him. Mick said, look, I never said I quit. No one heard me say I quit, therefore I didn't quit. Vince says, look, no one heard Brock say I quit, so you can't have won the match, can you? So Rock is still... Sorry, Austin's in the next match. Rock is still your champion, and that is that. Socko for Vince, corporate beatdown for Mick. And you go, that finish is bollocks. This match would have been better without that finish, I guarantee it. It means that we can go on and we can have the infamous I Quit match at the Royal Rumble, but at the same time, this felt horrible because it felt great when Mick wins the championship, you know? So, finally, Steve Austin defeating The Undertaker in a rubbish Buried Alive match. Taker wants to sacrifice Austin, obviously. He attached him to a symbol. I'm sure you remember on Raw. It wasn't a crucifix. No. It was a symbol. Austin basically has been goaded into this match. Why? Because they even say on commentary, why would Austin agree to face Undertaker in Undertaker's match, the Buried Alive match, or the casket match, or any other match that could be Undertaker's match? It's one of those. But basically Vince said, if you don't beat him, you're not in the Royal Rumble. So he goaded him in like that. So there we go. Naturally, the only way to win this match is to bury your opponent in the grave. I'm sure you all know that. As I said at Capital Carnage review and other runs I've done recently, goddamn Undertaker's ministry music is the fucking shit, isn't it? It is the absolute business. So, there's not a lot to talk about this one, I'm afraid. It's brawling. So much brawling. Brawling on the entrance. Brawling at ringside, brawling on and around the announce tables, then brawling at and in the grave. As Cole says, one of these men is going to die tonight. I don't think that's true. More brawling, called Intense Action by Michael Cole. We brawl at the entranceway again, and then at ringside where Taker uses a chair. We go into the ring for one move, and that's a clothesline. Then back to ringside. In the ring, Taker gets a chokeslam. That's enough wrestling, damn it. Let's go back to the grave. Austin ends up in the grave. Taker starts throwing dirt into the grave with a shovel. Austin escapes, hits the dead man with a gas can, and a stunner puts Undertaker in the grave. Austin takes a wheelbarrow full of dirt onto Taker, and then bails backstage for something. Taker does the zombie sit-up and escapes from the grave, and the grave explodes! And here's Kane, who was already in the grave, apparently. He attacks Taker. The brothers brawl because fuck that wrestling shit. We haven't had enough brawling in this one. Taker tries a tombstone. It's countered into one of his own by Kane that puts Taker into the grave. And then Austin appears with a JCB style digger called a backhoe by Michael Cole. I don't know if that's the thing. That's what we call it. It's called the JCB over here in England because that's just what they are, It's like what's it called? It's like I don't know if you have this in America, but it's like a Hoover over here in England. It can be any brand you like. It's still a Hoover. That's what it is. It's not a vacuum cleaner. It's a Hoover. It's like a JCB. Anything that even looks remotely like a JCB or moves the earth is a JCB. Anyway. It takes an age for the operator. Austin drives it out, right? And then they get an operator who doesn't seem to know how to operate the big-ass fucking claw. So you can hear Austin getting real frustrated, like, just dump the fucking dirt on it. Because he must know that you're entering the realms of unbelievably here, because a tombstone wouldn't put Taker out for 5 minutes like it's obviously done here. So Austin just gets the fucking shovel and starts putting as much dirt in as possible. Then out of nowhere, Earl gets a beer and raises Austin's hand. Oh, the match must be done. It's fucking shite. At 21 minutes. Just brawling. If your version of the Attitude Era that you love is men brawling, you will adore this match. If not, you'll fucking hate it. I'm going to go dud because I don't quite think it deserves minus. This was rubbish, alright? Nice and simple. So, in conclusion, for both this show and for the year, 3 okay matches. You've got Blackman versus Owen Hart, Goldust versus Jeff Jarrett, and Mankind versus The Rock. They're all good matches. Wouldn't go out of your way to see any of them, is the truth. Genuinely wouldn't. And then there's only the one dud, believe it or not. It's just that the rest of the card isn't great. Should we go 4 out of 10 seems too much, though. I'm going to go 3. How's this sound? 3 out of 10. Let's go for 3 out of 10. All right? So, here's the important thing. Because I put 2 out of 10 there. I'm just looking at my notes. So it's like no and no again. So, the average for this year, 1998, considered by many to be, the great year, other than the 2000 of the Attitude Era, the great year. By my count, the average score for the pay-per-views of the year is 3, maybe 3.5 out of 10. On pay-per-view, this was not a very good year, I don't think. SummerSlam's the highlight, 7 out of 10. Maybe if you want to go higher than that, I can understand why. The majority of the shows on pay-per-view were bollocks. Now, what we have to stress here, this is really important, is that it was Raw that made the Attitude Era in 1998, all right? The pay-per-views seem like second best. It's not great. Hopefully, though, it can improve in 1999. Like I say, this one, majority of it isn't great. Cole commentary will grate at you at the, even when he's doing his best commentary, it'll irritate you. I guarantee it. So yeah, one more episode to do in this series, and that's going to do Starrcade from WCW for 1998. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Please leave me a nice comment down below. What did you think of Rock Bottom? Is it one of those ones you've never seen? Is it one of those you remember fondly? Tell me what you think of it down below. That'd be really, really good. If you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, share this video with all your wrestling friends, and I will be back very, very soon. I've been Marc P. Thank you so much for watching once again. Take it easy, and good night.